here, and today is May 1st, which means it's the beginning of Magical Girl May. If you're new to my channel, every May I post 7 videos as a countdown to my birthday at the end of the month, and it's to honor my birth month because oh how I love Magical Girl anime. I love them so much that not only do I talk about them all year, but I dedicate an entire month of the year to them. To kick off the month this year, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to answer the question that I get quite literally all the time, and no, it's not me ranking all of the PreCure seasons, but you're close. Today, I will be giving my recommendations on where to start with PreCure. Now, I know that more people, especially with You and Idol PreCure currently airing, are getting more interested in this series, and in my local community, I've noticed such an increase of PreCure fans, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of share my opinions on what are the best seasons to start with, depending on what types of anime you enjoy. So yeah, let's just get into the video. But before we get into today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe because I'm posting 7 videos. That's 3 more than you normally get. And there's also Magical Girl themed shorts this month, so like it's more than 7 technically. And my birthday's at the end of the month, okay y'all? Y'all should give me sweet little comments as birthday presents because I like talking with you all in the comments, and we're just gonna get into this because I have opinions. And I've never watched anyone else's video because I've seen other people do this similar type of video where they recommend where to start with PreCure. I haven't watched anyone else's video, so these are my opinions. I've noticed in my life when it comes to recommending PreCure seasons, I kind of have different methods of how I recommend someone to start watching PreCure. My first method typically is look at all of the seasons. You can look them up. There's this thing called the internet. And I would recommend looking at the designs and seeing which designs you like the most, or if you see a character that you immediately aesthetically like or think you're gonna really enjoy, or look at the voice actresses and see if there's a specific voice actor that you want to see in PreCure. I recommend sometimes starting that way if more aesthetics draw you into anime, or if particular voice actors draw you into watching a series. Because I know people that follow certain voice actors and will watch whatever they're in, so I think that's a good way to start depending on what kind of anime fan you are. When I recommend PreCure to someone, I kind of break it up into eras. There's the very early 2000s nostalgic style. There's kind of like the 2010s where like a bunch of things were happening. Then I have what I consider the PreCure Renaissance, Go Princess PreCure onward, and then like current PreCure. But when I'm recommending PreCure to someone, typically my season I go for is Tropical-Rouge PreCure because I think the season is just so funny. I think the comedy and the characterizations in Tropical-Rouge PreCure remind me of a lot of other anime that I really enjoy personally. For example, it does remind me a lot of D4DJ because of all the, like, their characters are just so expressive in Tropical-Rouge. And I think it being just so funny, kind of, if you're not necessarily a Magical Girl fan or haven't watched a lot of Magical Girl anime, but you like a laugh, I really recommend Tropical-Rouge. I think it's a great, just funny season. And obviously there's some intense moments, there's some dramatic moments, but for the most part I would say Tropical-Rouge is just like trademark funny. Like the gals are having fun. I think the Tropical-Rouge PreCure team just kind of captures all of the PreCure personality types really well. And I think there really is a character for everyone. Like obviously all the seasons they're a group of friends, but to me Tropical-Rouge like really feels like it feels like a real group of friends. Like I don't know how to explain that any other way, but they feel so real. Like I feel like I have a friend that is each one of them. And it makes me think like they're so easy to connect with. They're really interesting characters. I love Tropical-Rouge. I love it. I love it. That's usually my go-to. If I want to recommend a more modern season, I recommend Tropical-Rouge a lot. And I have had friends that have never seen PreCure and I show them Tropical-Rouge and they're like laughing and cackling and are like, why has no one else told me about this? And I'm like, welcome. There's like 20 more. Another recent season I recommend especially is Hirogaru Sky PreCure. Now, What I love, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed about Hirogaru, is it kind of has the classic magical girl elements, but it is also very new and modern. That was the introduction of Cure Wing, so if you are interested in a magical boy, I highly recommend watching the season for Cure Wing. I think he is such a good character, and if anyone slanders my boy, we're not friends no more. Cure Wing is incredible. I love him, end of story. But what I really like is it really captures the like found family concept. Like literally our team is just different members coming together and they really become so close. I feel like compared to Tropical-Rouge, I would say Hirogaru really captures like the high stakes situation of a lot of the older seasons. I feel like more modern seasons are kind of less high stakes. For example, like Wonderful PreCure is just, there's no stakes in that. But Hirogaru, there's moments where I truly was like, this is so intense. And when you really think about what is being challenged at certain scenes, you're like, this is like really intense. I don't want to give spoilers for anything, but like before the mid-season, there's this like huge arc and it like is incredibly intense of what is happening to one of our main characters, and it's so well done and it's so interesting. And I really think they did a great job of like exploring a hero's journey in PreCure, specifically in Hirogaru. Now, obviously, if you are a Love Live, Idolmaster, Pre-Para, Bang Dream, any Idol franchise, I do recommend you an Idol PreCure. So far, from what I've seen, it's definitely like a more chill season. The stakes so far are not that high. It's such a like love letter to Idol fans and people that enjoy Idol culture. So far I'm loving it. Obviously, if it ends badly, I don't recommend it, but so far, knock on wood, I like it so far and I do recommend it to a lot of people. Now you're probably wondering, Gabby, why aren't you recommending like any older seasons? Well, I think the older seasons definitely are for certain types of fans. If you're someone like me who needs to watch like all of something, I do recommend potentially watching all of them in order. There are still seasons I have not yet seen though, so I can't necessarily recommend them to you because I haven't seen them. But from the older seasons, I definitely recommend watching Futari PreCure and Futari PreCure Max Heart, just so you can see the origins of this series. And I really do think Nagisa and Honaka are really, still to this day, such strong characters. The nostalgia for them is also very intense. If you like seeing an older anime art style, I recommend it as well. Especially say if you liked the classic Sailor Moon, I do think Futari PreCure is a great place to start. There are, again, intense moments and the finales are so good for both of those seasons. Oh my goodness. Another of the older seasons that I think is a great place to start is Fresh PreCure. Now, surprisingly, still it is not on Crunchyroll. The majority of PreCure seasons are on Crunchyroll, and I think a big reason why I recommend the newer seasons is because the majority of them are on Crunchyroll, but I really recommend Fresh, and I really hope Crunchyroll gets it soon because I think Fresh has like the perfect amount of like early 2000s nostalgia and then like some high stakes and then just silly. Like, it has the perfect mix of everything, in my opinion, of what makes PreCure so good. I love our trio team. They are 3 friends, and it just feels so, again, genuine. It feels like real friends. It feels like friends that I have, and it's just very special. And then the villains are so, like, one of my favorite things in PreCure, and Fresh does this so well, is whenever like the villain is just like, I hate seeing people smile. I hate that they're happy. Like, it's the most like not like, oh, like, I don't know. I feel like most villains in anime are like, oh, I have a vendetta against you because you did this heinous thing to me. Or like, oh, you killed my parents, so now I'm gonna go fight you. No, PreCure villains, like 9 times out of 10 are like, you're happy. And I don't like that you're happy. If I can't be happy, you're not happy. And I just love that they do that in Fresh. It's so funny. And I don't want to spoil Fresh at all. I really recommend it though. Another one of the older seasons, and my personal bias, but it's a season I do really recommend, and again, it's tragically not on Crunchyroll yet, but I hope that they get it soon, is HeartCatch PreCure. I feel like a lot of PreCure fans will agree with me that it is considered very highly among most people's rankings for PreCure seasons. I think a lot of people really love HeartCatch PreCure. It's one of my personal favorites. It is one that I have gone back and rewatched multiple times. The characters are so good. They really did an excellent job with our team. I'm currently rewatching it again recently because my friends and I watched the HeartCatch Tropical-Rouge movie, and like that just made me be like, I need to see them again. What I really love about HeartCatch especially is Cure Blossom's journey. She is one of our first, is she our first introvert lead? I feel like she is, unless I'm really forgetting, but like she's very rare. We rarely have an introvert lead character, okay? But she has such a good journey throughout the series, and getting to see how her friends like bring her more out of her shell is just something I really enjoy seeing. And I like those types of characters personally. And I feel like a lot of anime enjoy taking that like shy character and kind of bringing her into a new world, and I think HeartCatch PreCure does a really good job of that. Also, if you like flower motifs, flower language, HeartCatch PreCure is great. Like, I don't want to spoil any of these seasons. That's the thing also, is like for me, like unless someone tells me to spoil something, I'm not gonna do it, but I'm not spoiling anything in this video. Because I said it in my timeline, I consider Go Princess PreCure kind of the PreCure renaissance, because I do remember the intense increase in fan base when Go Princess PreCure came out, and I do think that is a good reason to check out that season. It is on Crunchyroll, and it's so much more than just girls wanting to be princesses. They really do such a great job on their journey overall. Each of their journeys are so special. I think if something brought so many people back to a series, there's a reason for it. Not that the seasons that came out before Go Princess PreCure were bad. I've never actually seen them. But I will say, including myself, I'm one of those people that stopped for a bit and then Go Princess came out and that brought me back. Sorry that this is very just rambly and like not necessarily very information-y. Hopefully I edit it in a way that seems very informative and professional. But I'm just talking to y'all like how I talk to my friends when I recommend PreCure seasons, because that's just how it be sometimes. Yeah, that is my PreCure series recommendations. I kind of tried to cater this to different types of people, and like obviously you truly can start anywhere with PreCure. I just would not recommend watching any of the 2-part seasons out of order or watching any of the sequel seasons before the original season, just because I think that would be weird. Those are my recommendations. Technically, I have not seen every single season of PreCure, so if I did not recommend a certain season, most likely it's because I haven't seen it, or I haven't seen it in a long time and I didn't really have the time to rewatch multiple entire seasons of PreCure to make this video. But these are generally my go-to recommendations for people, and I've noticed that a lot of these seasons have resonated with new fans, so I'm hoping this is helpful. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching this first Magical Girl May video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, yes you, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's right there. Woo! And in the comments, let me know what your first season of PreCure was. My first season was Futari wa PreCure, and it is very special to me. But then also, tell me what season you would recommend to someone who is new to this series. We can discuss this in the comments, but these are, again, my recommendations, and your recommendations might be completely different. Again, if there's a season that I didn't mention that you would recommend, definitely put your reasons why in the comments, so that way new fans can find new seasons to watch. Also, make sure you check out my social media. It's always linked in the description. I have a ton of Magical Girl cosplays, and I have a new PreCure cosplay coming at the end of the month. So make sure you follow me over there to see what that is. I'm so excited for it, and I cannot wait to make the video about it and yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!